up so fast. Ow. Sorry.
It should be nothing but smooth sailing from...
Hello? I'm anxiety.
At what age did you actually recognize the emotion of anxiety?
Good question. What age?
Well, there's a Lemony Snicket book. I think it's a series of unfortunate events. I think it is the ersatz elevator. And it begins with a definition of describing the difference between stress and anxiety. And I think that was the first time I understood what that word meant and how it was different than fear. And that it was the fear of something you cannot see, or that isn't necessarily going to happen. And that was from that book. And then I learned how to apply it to my own feeling. But I don't know when I first felt it.
That's a great answer. I feel like mine was a book too. It was the Grover book. There's a monster at the end of this book.
Yeah.
Do you remember that book? And it's basically Grover just getting nervous and more nervous that there's something bad that's going to happen, and the monster turns out to be him.
Wow.
And
That's pretty deep.
it was deep. I mean, Sesame Street.
I mean, I
There was a
know.
monster at the end of this book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a great...
It's a good book.
Well, I think you were mentioning this before. There wasn't language for it, right?
Yeah.
At least when I was younger. And it was, you just didn't know. I just remember that kind of chaos and kind of living in the what if of oh, I'm doing that, so they must be thinking that. And that's all anxiety, but we just didn't have language for it.
I think once my imagination kicked in, because it refers to it in the movie, using the imagination powers for bad.
Yeah.
Good, or for bad, for anxiety.
What's your name, big fella? That's embarrassment.
One of the new emotions in addition to yours is embarrassment.
Oh.
And I love the fact that I think out of all the characters, what he's wearing also represents
Perfect.
the hoodie. So what in your closet best represents joy, and what in your closet best represents anxiety?
These are good questions.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, best represents joy, like a colorful raincoat or something weird, even though it's rain, but something like outside-y.
Yeah.
I don't know. And anxiety for me would probably be like a bathrobe.
Okay. That could be sadness, fear. That could be
it could
many
be
things.
Yeah. I feel like for me, joy is really loose, shapeless summer dresses.
Yeah.
Almost for lack of a better term, like a muumuu, like a beautiful, patterny, colorful, long but no shape. So
Right.
that's joy. Oh, I'm not worried about anything. I'm not worried how I look. I just feel comfortable and happy and radiant. And anxiety is probably this might be revealing because I dress like this a lot, but is long, like a black turtleneck and long black pants and a buttoned up jacket. It's where I'm off, I have my armor on, where
Right.
it's I'm impenetrable because I look perfect.
Good. Well, I am wearing his color.
You look comfortable and joyful, though. That's not fear to me.
I just want to say about you, since we went Paul, I do love that he's pink.
Yes.
I just love that flush.
Yes, all the
it's
time.
So
Yeah.
good.
I love that his clothes are just a little too
bit
tight.
tight, yeah.
Just a little, not obscenely tight, but yeah.
Well, that's a good point. I would say any clothes that I've don't fit anymore,
Right.
and I'm hoping maybe a day I'll fit. No, this dad bod's not going to fit anymore. So that's bringing up some anxiety.
Sarcasm.
Boy, are we so lucky we ran into you guys. Boy, are we so lucky we ran into you guys.
Wow, those guys are jerks. Wow, those guys are jerks.